Good morning, everyone. Welcome to It Is What It Is. I'm Leanna. It is a Thursday morning in the month of May. I have made it to the office, as you can see. I even managed to get dressed. I put jeans on today. I'm wearing jeans today, not pajamas. I'm so proud of myself. Part of that was because I have to do laundry, but we won't talk about that. However I get, wherever I get, it's good. I'm wearing jeans. It doesn't matter why. So anyway, today I felt like I needed to make a video about a situation that happened the other day. And I kind of wanted to make this video sort of for everyone out there who is like me, who may not be aware of some of the things that they do because of their triggered trauma responses, which is what I talked about in my last video. So this kind of connects to it. So with that being said, last week, John's best friend came home. He had moved away and he came home. Not the best situation, but he's home and that's all that matters. We're excited. So with that being said, he left to go live with a girl in a different state. And one of the stories he told me when he came back over the past weekend was, it was a little hard for me. I won't lie to you guys. He's like, Leanna, he's like, every time I'd help her fold laundry, she'd get so mad that I wasn't doing it right. And we'd get into a big fight because I wasn't folding the clothes right. I wasn't doing this right. I wasn't doing that right when it came to the laundry. And he's like, what the hell? And I was like, head down. I have to make it in confession. I did the same thing to John. The exact same thing to John. When we first dated, we've been together, just for the record, for 13 years now. But when we first started dating in the first couple years, things weren't good. I was still living with my parents with my triggers. I was still in the process of getting help, and I was going through a lot, and I had no idea that I was even doing half the things I was doing. So with that, I'm like, John just folds clothes different. Okay. So when he would help me with laundry, I would get upset that he wasn't folding it right. And it would become an issue. The same sort of issue that my friend is telling me was happening to him, which was one of the negative things that was about the relationship. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow, I'm a bitch. Yep, I totally was a bitch. But here's the thing. I was in therapy. And I've been in therapy for once a week for years. I mean, years, and consistently for the most part. And so I had therapy, and I was with my therapist at the time. It was a different one than I have now. And I told her about what happened. We were talking we were talking about what happened. And she's like, Leanna, let's talk about this a little bit more. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, do you think maybe you're being a little too hard on John about laundry? Let's check the facts. Let's talk about it a little bit. Anyone helps you do anything, you don't criticize what they do. You thank them for whatever it is that they do to help. I had been so triggered by my mom, who, let me just tell you, I couldn't get anything right with her. And every time I did something, I did it wrong. And everything had to be a certain way my entire life. And if it wasn't, then I got beat up. She liked to throw shoes, but it was very violent and abusive. And so I am completely just used to behaving a certain way and not even realizing it, because I was surviving. I was surviving the life I was living. And I had to fold the clothes the right way or else I'd get beat up. Of course, I'm not going to beat up John for folding the wrong clothes, but it turned into a fight. And my therapist, really made me think about it. And she really made me realize I was wrong. I was 100% wrong, guys. So every single one of you out there that's like getting upset that somebody's helping you with laundry, yet folding it the wrong way, you are wrong and you're being mean. Just, there it is. Louder in the back. Woo! I was a jerk. But once I realized what I was doing, once I realized it was probably not the best way to build a relationship, I was able to, and it was hard. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it was easy, guys, because this is 13 years later, so now it's no big deal. Like, now it is easy as pie for me to just let John help me, and I say thank you. Thank you, John. I don't go behind him and refold laundry. I don't go behind him and redo anything because that's mean and rude. If somebody doesn't do it your way, it doesn't mean it's wrong. Let me say that again. Just because someone doesn't do it your way doesn't mean they're wrong. Very hard concept for me because my parents drilled in my head, if I didn't do it their way, I was wrong. But the truth is that they were wrong. They were very wrong. So with that being said, I was able to learn and retrain my brain to stop. That's the biggest thing is like, stop. Wait a minute, Lana. Like, are you really upset about the laundry? And the truth is no. Like, I was never upset with the way he actually folded them. I didn't care. I was thankful that he was helping me. And I just triggered because I was afraid, because I still felt afraid and I was still responding with fear. I was still living with my mom at the time. So like, if I had folded her clothes wrong, she still, even in my 30s, would have lost her SHIT. And so for me, it was a very, very, very huge, huge thing that I realized, whoa, Leanna, the control issues you have are some serious stuff that's really not anybody else's problem. Let's talk about the fact that the way John folds laundry is not my problem. It shouldn't be a problem. He can do it however way he wants, and it's right. It's so drilled in my head that there's only one way to do everything, because if I didn't do it the way that my parents told me to do it, I would be reprimanded violently, abusively, and clearly it's traumatized me. I don't want to ever be like that, of course, to anybody in my life, especially someone I love as much as John. So luckily, it was definitely a start to a new, I was doing programs, and I started cognitive behavioral therapy a long time ago. And this DBT, it's really helped. I mean, with the PTSD, it's all coming together for me now, but I'm able to sit here and say I was wrong. I made a mistake. I should never have made John feel bad about helping me with laundry because he did it wrong. I should have never gone behind him and refolded it because it didn't matter. It all fit in the drawer the same way. So you know something? I learned my lesson, and it only helped me with more things when it came to relationships that I had no idea that I was projecting into the relationship because of my trigger responses. Again, my mind keeps blowing me. Like, I'm blown mind. But I felt like I needed to tell you guys that story because, like, crap, I'm not the only one who's like that. Like, this other girl that he was like, that's one of the reasons why he was upset. And that's a story he told me about a relationship that didn't work out. So I guess my point, I guess, is a shout out to everybody, who's in a relationship, who really genuinely loves the person who's having some problems, who maybe have trauma like me. You got to take a step back and you got to think about what's going on, because John wasn't my mom. He didn't care how I folded the clothes. He was just grateful that someone was doing his laundry. And so in the process of the trauma I received, I ended up hurting John. because of the way that I'm trained to react. My brain has taught me to survive. But I no longer am in survival mode because I'm finally not on the triggers. I don't have people coming at me every day telling me I suck. I don't have people telling me I'm wrong. I don't have people trying to manipulate me. I don't have people just making me feel like a piece of shit on a daily basis. And I just want you guys to know that you're wrong. If you're acting this way and you're getting upset because somebody is doing a dish, helping you and they didn't clean it right, or if, let's just say they do the toilet. Oh my God, they cleaned the toilet, and they didn't do it right. Stop it. Just stop it. Unless they're completely a complete joke and didn't clean it and they were completely off. But if they put the effort in and they try and they do it and it's clean, what's the big deal? Why does it have to be my way? Why am I such a control freak? I know I am a control freak because I had no choice but to be a control freak, because if I didn't do things the way that they were supposed to get done, I'd get in trouble. I'd get yelled at, I'd get punched, I'd get thrown, all that stuff. And so I guess this is just a public service announcement for everybody out there, to not be a bitch just because of your trauma. And I'll be honest, when it was happening, I had no idea I was doing it. This was just what I was used to. I was like, how could you not fold a t-shirt right? Why would you do it like that? I didn't even fathom in my head while it was going on that, maybe there was 2 different ways to fold a shirt. Oh, it embarrasses me, but at the same time, it's part of my growth. It's part of that story, and that experience over the weekend really made me think about how far I've come, and also the fact that I'm still with John. We've been together for 13 years now, and we have this really wonderful, healthy relationship, and we have had to build and work and hard to get to that, because we both have our own issues, and I was still living with my parents, and I still had my parents in my life up until about 4 years ago, and then I was taking care of my brother for the last, for 2.5 years. So I'm so happy that I was able to learn how to have a relationship with John, because relationships are so hard, guys. So I'm going to end the video now. Ending the video with a reminder to say thank you if somebody helps you. Don't criticize them. If somebody tries and makes an effort and it's not the same thing that you do or the same way you do it, it's okay, guys. Okay? So if you guys got up this morning and you put on your socks, you went outside, you did whatever you're supposed to do, I'm proud of you. It is what it is, guys. Peace.